feel so devastated. At times I thought we never make it, but now we are.
Sorry, I was off pointing it at the ground because I was looking through some old images or videos, whatever you want to call it. I had to delete it because there was some stuff that I was mentioning that's going to happen today, but that all changed. So yeah, that's why I'm just going to shoot something else. Today's my day off, but yet I feel like I don't have a day off. For one, I woke up late to take my kids to school. I mean, they got there on time, but I was still woke up late. I dropped them off, and then as always I get like my bagel and my coffee, and then I had to come straight home. Like I couldn't usually, like on Fridays my routine is, you know, morning stuff, you know, get the kids ready, go drop them off at school, coffee, whatever breakfast I want, and then me and curly fries, my Dalia. We go grocery shopping. We go to Walmart or, you know, wherever we we might need whatever we need from. Sorry, my allergies have been acting up today, and it's usually like I'm coughing, and I rarely sneeze, so if not, I'm not coughing, I'm like clear my throat constantly. So I had to come back home because I got paranoid because my car, the day I got an oil change that morning before I went to the dealership to get it changed, it shook a little bit when I was turning the ignition on. The rest of the day it was fine. It's just it's continued doing that ever since, and I kind of freaked out because I've actually been horribly stranded with my kids in the middle of summer, so you can imagine that's not fun whatsoever, you know, like the very last time that happened was with, well, it was with the last car. It was last year in 2016. I had taken mini Spidey, or Spidey Boy, to a friend's birthday party, which was a little ways away, but it was one of his best friend at school. So I was like, okay, let's just go. I knew that the car wasn't doing too great at the moment, but I didn't think that it was going to be so serious because it was just, what was it doing? Oh yeah, it was kind of, you know those cars when you drive and all you hear is this squealing sound? It wasn't too loud, and it would kind of come and go, so I didn't really think too much about it. I just thought, oh, it's, I don't know what I thought it was. And I remember talking about it with Dropout, and he kind of calmed me down because I thought I was overreacting. That's basically what anxiety does to you, and this is what it did to me today. So I didn't really think too much about it, but it was time for us to leave the day of the birthday party. And what happened is I started to hear like a really bad like shake from underneath the car towards the back. So it's like, okay, so what the hell is that? Like I freaked out because I was just like, okay, it's squealing, but now it's something else. So I was just like, okay, I need to get this car straight home now. So I didn't even make it home. I made it out of Peter Piper. Sorry if you guys constantly hear the AC, but it gets really hot sometimes. So if that's a constant noise that you guys don't like, I'm really sorry. But anyway, I'm not gonna be hot just because of sound quality. Sorry. So yeah, I made it out of the parking lot because it was like at a pizza place, and then I'm turning, and all of a sudden what was it? Oh, the air conditioning, it went straight to hot, and I checked it, and I'm like, okay, it's on cool. I thought I had turned it on in the hot setting for a second, but it went straight to hot. It started to kind of like sputter a little bit, and I'm like, oh my god, please let me make it home, please let me make it home. But then I heard something clunk and fall, so it's like, okay, now I'm in deep shit, you know. So I'm freaking out, and I'm like, oh my god, please just let me make it home. You know, I'll put on my hazard lights and I'll drive slow the rest of the way, but I just want to get home. I do not want to get stranded with 3 kids in the middle of the road, basically, in the summer. So yeah, I didn't make it. The thermometer started going really fast to hot, and it wasn't like it was going up and then up and then up where you it might give you a chance. It was going like this, and I was like, fuck, you know. So once I pulled over, I tried to like push the car as much as possible, because I'll do what I need to do. If I need to push it for a little while to get to shade, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna let my kids start to get hot, and especially Mini Hulk and Curly Fries, their skin is so sensitive. They get so red, barely out for a little bit in the sun. So, and then it's horrible here in Arizona when it gets hot. I hate going out anywhere when it comes to the summer. But anyway, so I was able to kind of get us into the shade of a tree. And yeah, so I opened the hood. It's like fluid spilling everywhere. It's like, it was a disaster. So I was like, great, I'm stranded. So I call a tow trucking company, and they're like, oh, well, it's going to be about $80 plus, I don't remember what they said. I might be quoting it wrong, like $10 a mile or something like that. And I'm like, ugh, that's going to be at least 120. So I didn't have that kind of money at the time. I mean, hello, we're middle class. We don't have that type of money just to tow a fucking car, right? We call our friends to get some ropes or something to push that shit all the way home, which is what ended up happening. Yeah, I was trying to avoid that as much as possible. I really hate bothering people. I feel like I'm bothering them, and they're like, no, it's okay, you know. But that's just how I feel. I feel like I'm constantly bothering people when it comes to little situations that happen out of nowhere that are a little bit out of your control. So, that day I called, which is a Chevy, which is what I drive now, but it was a Chevy Impala. I called, there was like a little logo sticker on there where you can call if you get like stuck in the middle of nowhere. So I called them, and they're like, oh, well, your car's not in warranty anymore, so it's not effective. We can get a tow truck out to you, but in 2 hours at the least. So I'm like, so basically by 8 p.m. you're gonna come pick me up at the least, you know, because if other people have a warranty, well, shit, they might get in there before me. So technicalities. Anyway, so I'm just making sure it's recording. So yeah, I called just about everyone. I mean, everyone. And nobody answered. And I was just like, well, what the hell am I going to do? Drop out is all the way across Arizona. And I'm just like, okay, I'm going to have to figure something out regardless. So I was just about to kind of use my last option, which is ask my mom if she can borrow the money and I can just pay her back. But luckily, the homie Mikey, he's like, what's wrong? And I was just like, I'm sorry if you're busy. And he's like, no, I'm just at Walmart. But I'm like, okay, it's Walmart, and he has kids, you know, he was getting diapers and, you know, other things. And I was like, hey, you know, can you come help me out? And he was like, yeah. And he even bought like the hookup ropes and stuff like that. And I was just so thankful that day because he has a truck, so it was able to pull the truck, because the steering wheel was like really hard. You had to like really like force it to move. And so yeah, he drove it. He pulled it all the way home for us. And yeah, so ever since that day, I get freaked out when like any little thing. Like the other day I freaked out. I whipped out because the low pressure in the tire popped up. It just needed air in the tire, but I still freaked out. And I was like, oh wait, I recognize that light. It's just for the tire. So I put some air in it, and then it was fine. So yeah. Yeah, and then what else did we do? Oh, once that was fine, once that got taken care of, I was okay. Me and Nadia had just been kind of hanging out at home. We did go to the grocery store like we always do. Got what we needed. Bumping Taylor Swift in the car because she loves the song called Welcome to New York because it's in the Secret Life of Pets soundtrack. It's like at the very beginning if you haven't watched it, and it's on Netflix as well if you haven't watched it. Yeah, we have our little fun. We got the car washed, and then we got something to eat. That's why I call her curly fries, because she literally has her curly fries right here, and more basically because her hair is so curly. And yeah, so that's all we've been doing. What else? Oh, so okay, this morning I wasn't sure what was happening because my brother-in-law tends to change his number a lot, so I wasn't the one that called him to see if he can help me with the car. It was Dropout, and he said he had called him and left him a text message saying for him to call when he was on the way. So unfortunately, when I went to go drop off my kids, I had taken Dropout's car. He left it so that I wouldn't turn on my car, so that way he could take a look and it's not, you know, hot, because the car can't be hot in order for him to check it. So I was like, okay. So he came while I was taking my kids, and I was under the impression that he for some reason knew which car was mine, and he told me that he didn't. So I know I shouldn't have done this, but I was under the impression that he knew, and you know, whatever. And he was like, well, I don't know which one is yours. So, you know, I stopped by, but I'll come back later. So, long story short, I was quoting Lorelai Gilmore this morning because she one time said that, you know, some robbers are less greedy than others. And I find that to be a little true because of the fact that I left my car unlocked for my brother-in-law to come and check it, I think somebody saw and noticed that I didn't take my car and took dropouts. Somebody went into my car just to steal my cord, my charger, the cord that I use to plug into my phone to listen to music. So, I mean, they went through everything because all my stuff was moved around, but that's all they took. I mean, I have my CDs and stuff in there. I have other things in there. I have stuff that I should probably take out. It just so this doesn't happen again. But yeah, that's all they took. They took my pink auxiliary cord. I mean, I guess if you wanted to charge your phone that bad, man, I mean, I could have let you borrow a charger. I have like 5. But really? You're gonna go to hell for sitting. That was my pink auxiliary cord. Anyways, I'm just kidding. So yeah, today is Friday. Happy Friday. For me, it's just, I mean, I've been exhausted all week. So today is actually a day, not of rest, but the day that I get to catch up on everything. Sometimes our kids are a little too much, and even when Dropout cleans in the morning, it's just when I come home it's a mess again, or when I clean it's a mess again. Why? Because our kids, they think they can do whatever they want, but not today. As tired as I am, they're gonna clean their own room and all of that. Oh, and speaking of, they're gonna have to clean it anyway, because remember when we bought them the fidget spinners? Spidey Boy already lost his, and he thinks that he lost it somewhere in the house. At least there's that, so we might be able to find it. But yeah, that's kids for you. I'm pretty sure a lot of parents out there can relate. Excuse me. Or at least I hope. Yeah, I hope you guys liked that Q&A tonight, dropout at night. If he's not too tired, I'll ask him. We'll see if we can film his Q&A. Thank you to my bestie and, you know, everybody else that saw it and said that you guys really liked that Q&A. I really appreciate it. You know, it's just, I don't know. I don't really like attention, so the fact that I'm actually, you know, doing a little bit of putting up, filming myself up on YouTube is, I don't know, it's weird. So yeah, I mean, there's nothing else interesting to say, other than the fact that, sure, I don't like sneakers as I once did, but I'm kind of upset about the fact that I'm not going to be able to get the shoes that I want, because I've been waiting for these shoes since 2007, and it's the New Loves, and I have this shirt perfect for it. It matches. It's a Fallout Boy shirt, and I love those retro ones. I've been wanting them since then. In fact, that's the year that Spidey Boy was born. So I don't know, I just think it's funny how it's like the new love, which has nothing in relation to, but I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about now. I'll just go and drink my coffee now. Or wait, it melted in my car, so yeah. And this time they did put enough ice in it. It was like the perfect amount, but I don't know, I must have just been too busy with the shopping and all that I just didn't really pay attention to it. And then of course, once you are done with your groceries and your car is all hot by the time you're trying to get back in there so that you can go home or whatever. I mean, seriously, get ice, leave it outside for like 5 minutes and it'll be gone. So I think that's what happened to my coffee. Anyways, gotta get back to laundry. If there's anything in this world that I hate, it's laundry. I have a washer and dryer here in the house. It's not like I have to like gather quarters and go to the laundromat, which I didn't mind doing at one point. And then even then I was just like, if only I had a washer dryer inside my house. Well, I have that now and I'm still too lazy to do it. I don't know what it is about it. We want clean clothes, but we don't want to wash them, and if we want to wash them, we don't want to dry them. And if we do dry them, which you have no other option unless you want to wear mold, you don't want to put it away. So basically everything stays in the baskets, nice and folded, but it stays there. It doesn't go anywhere. So yeah, we have like these big old like empty spaces in the closets. My sons, however, do not, because I make them put like their stuff away. But yeah, sorry I don't look all aesthetically pleasing right now too, because I have to work tomorrow, so I'm tired. I'm not. Number one, I don't even do my hair sometimes, and the eyebrows are there, they're just not filled in. So yeah, we'll see if we can film for you guys tonight. So see you guys in a bit.
I used to feel so devastated.